this is Max. Thanks for joining us on the coolest podcast in the world today. We have my co-host Parker here.
Hello.
Unfortunately, today Tristan cannot join us for the part 2 of the controversial music opinions. So it's just me and Parker finishing this one up. So Parker, what is another controversial music opinion?
Let's see. Yeezus is Kanye's best album.
No.
I disagree as well.
Which one do you think is better and why?
I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is better. I think that's probably the best rap album ever.
I think I'd have to agree with that.
It's just so amazing. Just from the beginning to end, it's just such a perfect album. It's really Kanye at his peak. The production is flawless, and all the features he has is also incredible, like Monster and So Appalled, just all the features on that.
Yeah.
And then songs like Runaway and Devil in a New Dress are both incredible.
Iconic.
And both have good guest verses on Pusha T on Runaway, and Rick Ross on Devil in a New Dress.
Yeah, I also agree with that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is better. I think that 808s is also better than Yeezus. I would have to say that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the best rap albums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezus is a great album. Like, it's really experimental. It's really well produced. Just like it's not as put together as My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I'd put 808s before Yeezus as well.
808s is probably my second favorite Kanye album.
One thing about 808s is how it kind of paved the way for artists like Kid Cudi and Drake's like Emotional Stage. Not that I'm a huge fan of that, but that whole
absolutely
type of rap, the kind of I feel like you can still get a decent amount of influence today with a lot of the music. Like, I don't know, Lil Peep, music like that.
Yeah, it started with 808s.
Kind of more depressed, sad, where you're talking about your depression, feelings, and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
All kind of started with 808s and Kanye paving the way for that.
I'd say Yeezus is definitely like 3 or 4
I'd
for Kanye.
Probably say it's his third best.
Yeah. If I like The Life of Pablo a lot, honestly, but I don't think I would put that above Yeezus.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I really do like the experimental and like rougher beats he uses on it, and some of the features. Like Hold My Liquor is one of my favorite songs by Kanye.
Yeah, I like Bound 2 a lot.
Bound 2 is really good too. Yeah. And so is Guilt Trip. Travis Scott produced on that.
Mm-hmm. He produced on New Slaves and Blood on the Leaves too.
The one thing about that album though is on most of his previous albums he was pretty cutting edge, like doing brand new stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd say Yeezus type, like that type of rap hadn't hit mainstream yet, but there were other rap groups like Death Grips doing that already.
Yeah.
But I mean, most people don't listen to them or haven't really even heard of them. But I mean, that's one thing about 808s and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It was pretty cutting edge.
Yeah, there were no other albums like that.
Yeah,
like,
where now you hear it and you're like, oh, that's pretty regular. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff like that, but at the time it was cutting edge, brand new.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeezus definitely paved the way for, I would say, Travis Scott's production career, at least. I know that he had produced his own mixtapes, but like he had like 4 songs where he helped, but like he was one of the main influences on producing.
Yeah, I think it helped pave the way for the kind of heavy trap beats that we hear now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a lot of ways. With songs like, I don't know, Send It Up, I'm In It, just like a lot of the heavy, drum heavy beats.
How about this one? Drake completely revolutionized rap music and has had the biggest influence on rap than anyone before in history. No. No. I myself am not a Drake fan. I can probably say I like maybe 3 or 4 of his songs at most.
I'm not a big fan of him, but I'd say, I don't know if I'd say that's completely true, but he's one of the biggest influences in rap music.
I think he's had a big influence, just like where he goes with like what you said, like all the mood and stuff like that. and like he's really popular, especially among like girls our age. But like, I would honestly say that spot is left for Kanye and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Biggest influence.
One thing, he kind of started a lot of the recent trends with If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
Yeah.
Kind of started that mixtape trend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of like releasing like mixtapes without like really talking about them very much, and just mixtapes in general. And then with What a Time to Be Alive with Future, that kind of, I mean, trap was already a thing before that, but I think that really catapulted it into mainstream.
And that made collab albums like more popular. Like I know
Watch the Throne, but
Watch the
after
Throne
that,
is its own story.
That's collaborations really took off.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What a Time to Be Alive was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hype. I think that it's one of the best in the last probably 4 years, 5 years.
Collaboration album?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
And then how about this one? J. Cole is a good rapper, but a bad artist.
Yeah.
I could see
he has
that.
Like talent as a rapper.
Yeah.
But he's just not. He's just boring.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of J. Cole either.
His beats are boring. His lyrics are pretty boring. He's like a boring Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and it seems like he tries to be like a Kendrick. Like he tries to be like Kendrick, and it doesn't work. Like he has skills as a rap artist, I will admit, but like other than that, it's just bland. Like he's boring.
And it's just a lot of his music, I don't know, it's just kind of boring.
And it's all
Forest Hill Drive was a pretty good album. His last one I didn't really care for.
For Your Eyes Only.
It seemed really similar to Forest Hill.
Yeah, it seemed almost the exact same. Let's get into Nav. Somebody said on this thread, Nav is a top 5 musician.
No.
Nope. No.
Not even close.
No. Not at all.
Maybe if you're trying to go to sleep or something. Jeez.
Yeah, Nav, like, okay, I'm sick of all the Metro Boomin collabs too, but like, why would Metro choose to make a collab album with somebody with as bland of a voice as Nav?
I know, he just has the same tone on everything.
Yeah, no, there's no difference from any of his songs.
And there was a tweet too that said Nav is the Michael Jackson of our generation.
Which isn't true. Like, honestly, there's nobody like Michael Jackson. Like, you can't pick out a Michael Jackson, but if you had to pick one person, it would not be Nav.
No,
it would
at
not
all.
be Nav. Not even close. Like, there was somebody who replied, like, The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, The Weeknd is like, closer, but still.
Yeah, there'll never be another Michael Jackson, but if I had to say one from our generation, it'd probably be The Weeknd or Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Probably, I'd say Bruno Mars is closer, just like with how he incorporates, like,
I mean, Uptown Funk's one of the
like
biggest hits ever.
Yeah.
I'd say he's closest, but Nav?
Yeah, Nav is absolutely not. That would be my last choice for.
I first heard him on Biebs in the Trap off Birds.
I thought it was Justin Bieber just going in.
And then I heard a couple more of his songs, and I was like, wow.
He sounds the exact same. Yeah, he sounds the exact same. And I thought,
his
like,
flow, voice, everything.
Yeah, I thought if I heard like other songs by him, like, I thought they would be like different than he was on Beats in the Trap. No, same tone, same speed, everything. Like, it's unbelievable. What do you think about this? Lil Wayne is way, 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 way past his prime.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. I think right after he dropped the Carter 3 or Carter 4.
Yeah.
It was Carter 4. I think right after that, like, he was done being good. Because, like,
I mean, he's had a couple good songs since then.
Yeah.
But
I haven't listened to Dedication.
I haven't either, no.
I don't really want to.
I think this whole just stringing out the release of his album with Birdman, all that stuff, it just really is off-putting to Lil Wayne in general, and it really just made you realize, wow, this guy's way past his prime.
Yeah,
he's
it's
not
getting kind of old. He's like 40 now or something like that. He's way too old. And like same with Eminem. Like I'm sick and tired of Eminem still being viewed as like one of the greats.
I've never been a huge Eminem fan.
Me neither.
But like his first couple albums like Slim Shady, Marshall Mather. No, that was his recent one. Whatever, his first like 2-3 albums. There were
his
a few
first
good
few
songs.
were all right.
Yeah, when he was like working with Dre a lot.
But then like
It's just
the last like 10 years have been awful.
Yeah.
Like, and his flow is good. Just like
I think he's like similar to J. Cole. He's a good rapper, but he's just not a good artist.
Yeah, I don't think he has much talent.
Because once he kind of gave up that like crazy, like extremely vulgar Slim Shady persona, and came back with that album, was it like Recovery? It was like Not Afraid was on it.
Yeah.
Just not been good.
Yeah, I was worried that would happen with Tyler the Creator, like right when he gave up that like goblin, like scary Tyler. Like I thought Flower Boy was gonna be terrible.
Yeah, but it really wasn't.
Like Flower Boy, in my opinion, is his best album.
Yeah,
that's my favorite album.
But Eminem's just
Eminem and Lil Wayne have just fallen
past
off.
their prime.
Yeah.
Like early career Eminem had some good hits. He was good.
Yeah.
But no, he just needs to ride out his money and just retire.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe look into like what Dr. Dre did. Like look into a label or like
he could
buying a music oriented company like Beats or something like that, like Dr. Dre did.
Yeah, he could do that, but he
just needs to stop releasing music. Then what about this? Somebody on this thread said there's nothing wrong with ghostwriting as long as it is credited.
Yeah.
I think ghostwriting is completely fine as long as you give credit. Because, like,
I mean, when there's like rappers that like will release stuff and be like, oh, I got bars, but then it's like, oh, use a ghostwriter.
Yeah. And like people like J. Cole that don't have good songwriting skills, like if they need somebody to write their songs and they just have rap skills, as long as they credit them, I'm completely fine with that.
There's rappers that have been open about using ghostwriting. Like on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Pusha T helped Kanye, right?
Yeah.
But he's not like secretive about that. He'll say that he did.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that. Like,
yeah, no, Travis is completely open about how he's had Kanye and Migos help him write some of his albums. Like,
but one thing I feel like if you're going to just get lyrics, I think you should collaborate on the lyric.
Absolutely.
With a
like
ghostwriter, they shouldn't just give you lyrics and you rap them. Like you should sit down with him or her, whatever, and write the lyrics. Like just collaborative.
Yeah, because like Post Malone, he just released Rockstar with 21 Savage, and I heard that Joey Badass like ghost wrote like almost the entire song.
Really?
And like thinking about Joey on that song would have probably made it a lot better, even though it's like a giant hit right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it would be even better with a Joey.
I'm a big Joey
feature.
Badass.
Yeah, I like Joey a lot, but I just think like he could have gotten a lot of money with that song, but like he gave it over to Posty.
Yeah,
which all respect to him. Like,
yeah. I don't have a problem with ghostwriting though.
No, not at all.
I just think you should credit it if you do it. Like the whole Drake scandal saga where he came out, he was using ghostwriters and never mentioned it. Like,
yeah, the fact that he like acted like it was his own music, and stuff like that.
One thing I don't think you should ghostwrite on is a diss track.
No, you can't ghostwrite a diss track.
Because that is not your diss track.
Yeah, that has to be on you.
Again, like maybe if you want to, like someone gives you like, oh, like this is a good bar, you should use it. Like, okay, whatever. But if you're having someone else write your diss track, or the majority of it, come on.
That's when you lose the diss battle with Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Like,
and Meek Mill's was terrible.
Yeah, Meek Mill's was bad,
was
but
fire.
It was sad when I heard that Back to Back was written by a bunch of other people.
Yeah. And then those rappers, I remember the dude that Ghost wrote for him had a SoundCloud. He was like nothing. He had like 5,000 followers. He was a nobody, and Drake's out here using his rhymes to
roast,
make a ton of money.
Yeah, seriously. What do you think about this? Kanye West is the best rapper ever.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I mean, you look at like early 2000s, College Dropout, Late Registration. Some of the best rap albums for that era. I know you're not a big fan of College Dropout, but
yeah, it's still a good album.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some of the defining rap of that time.
Yeah.
Songs like Jesus Walks, All Falls Down, Gold Digger. And then you get Graduation, which I'm not crazy about, but it was kind of more when rap was poppy and stuff.
Yeah.
And like radio friendly.
Definitely.
And then you come back with 808s and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, two incredible albums that are so really experimental, and then you get Watch the Throne with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Another one of the most influential rappers.
Insane. That was an insane album.
Like there'd been collaborations before that, but that was like the defining one.
Yeah, definitely.
And then of course you go Yeezus, Life of Pablo.
I would say of all time, yes, Kanye's. I don't think right now, like in this modern span, he's the best rapper.
No.
I would hand that to Travis Scott, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, of all time, like generally, like especially since rap's been popular in the last 20 years, Kanye's.
He's done everything.
He's done literally everything.
Like people like Tupac, Biggie, they're incredible rappers. They like paved the way for rap.
But they didn't really influence anybody like Kanye.
Kanye was influencing, innovating, making back-to-back-to-back incredible albums.
Yeah, like Tupac and Biggie might have been the first, but like...
Yeah, they were the first great rappers.
Kanye actually like made everything the way it is right now.
He's been a great rapper in multiple rap genres and types of rap.
Anywhere from 2002 to now.
Yeah.
He's been great.
Can't like overlook his beats on people's song, like beats he makes for people.
Yeah.
Like all that.
Yeah.
His just artistry in general with
Absolutely.
rap. Like
best rapper.
If you take everything in consideration, I feel like it's hard not to say he is, whether you like him or hate him.
Definitely. There's no denying that he's made everything in rap the way it is. How about Speeding Bullet to Heaven is the worst mainstream album in recent time?
I really don't enjoy Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
I think that's a terrible album.
I'm a big Kid Cudi fan.
I love Kid Cudi, but he did a terrible job.
Yeah, like after Man on the Moon 2, he kind of goes into a good drought. Indica's okay.
Like I looked at that before we started the podcast, and like I tried thinking like of other albums by popular artists. Like I mean, I think Jeezy's crap.
Yeah,
but like his albums have been a little bit better than Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
Because other people do like Jeezy and stuff like that. There's a lot of big fans of him. Like we don't like him.
Even Kid Cudi stans.
Anyone likes Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
Even Kid Cudi stans did not like Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
Grating.
Yeah, it's the biggest letdown, I would say, of the last 5 years.
I understand, like, that was when he was doing terrible.
Yeah, that's when he really did not like his life.
Yeah, so I understand maybe it wasn't great because he was just trying to express his feelings, but it's just not an album I can enjoy.
I feel bad for the guy. Like, I all to the best of him. Like, he's incredible. Just that was a really poorly made album. That was not a good album.
All right, let's end it on a kind of a controversial one. Rappers fake caring about drug use after Lil Peep died.
I would say yes.
I would too.
Rappers such as Travis Scott tweeted out like top of the year. He said like, this tweet made me happy. Something about Xanax. Yeah. But then in his album that released 7 days before the new year, there was still references.
Yeah, I think there are some rappers that do care, like Uzi. I'm pretty sure
cares
he was a friend of Peep.
Yeah,
like,
him and Peep were close.
There are rappers that do care, but I feel like there's a decent amount that are just faking it.
I feel like are just going along with it.
Because you listen to music and it's like Xan, and then Lil Peep dies and everyone's like, oh my God, never do Xans.
Yeah,
like,
on social media they talk about like not wanting to do Xans, but then like you hear like Lil Xan still.
Yeah.
Still
only. I've actually, you know who Adam 22 is, right? The No Jumper podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He's friends with Lil Xan. I'm pretty sure Lil Xan was stopped taking Xanax and like trying to stop the use before Lil Peep died.
Really?
I'm not sure. I feel like he should change his name then.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That would be his first.
Yeah.
first line of action there.
But I definitely do feel like there are rappers that fake it.
There are plenty of rappers, I would say. Like you said, obviously Uzi cares and like some of Peep's closer friends, but then most, I would say a good majority of people saying that they care about stopping drug use don't.
Yeah, I saw Lil Pump apparently is stopping and
That's not true.
Come on.
His birthday cake was a bar. Like it was literally like a...
But once he knew that was happening. All these rappers knew that there was fentanyl and this Xanax and like all this stuff and drugs.
Yeah.
They all knew that before Lil Peep died.
Yeah. But
nothing changed after, except that Lil Peep was dead. Nothing else changed.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they really cared, they should have cared before.
Yeah. Right on.
And I know some of them are addicted to it, and that's a different story. Like, they can't help it.
But they don't have to rap about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like you've known this is happening for a long time. You should have cared before Lil Peep died, which is still sad, but
still should have cared earlier. But thanks for joining us today, guys. Remember, this is the coolest podcast in the world, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.